Hello everyone, my name is Lena and I am an online teacher, and I do a lot of teaching with Outschool. And on Outschool you need to make your own classes, and I teach a lot of classes to younger kids. And in this video I wanted to share some of my class game ideas that can help make your classes more interactive, fun, engaging for the students. I do a lot of classes on Google Slides, and I do a lot of classes, or I do a lot of games that allow the content that I'm actually teaching to be put into a game so that the kids can kind of review what we're actually learning. So it just makes it a little bit more fun. And you know, I love to see what other teachers are doing in their classrooms, and I look at videos to get ideas all the time. So that's the reason why I just thought, hey, let me share some of my ideas that some of them I've made my own, I'm on my own, and some of them I've actually found from other teachers. I just thought I'd share. Let me share. You know, that's what teachers do. We share and we learn from other teachers. We're constantly learning. So in this video, I'm just going to share a few games, and then I do plan on making more videos that will have other games too. So I'm just going to start with a couple. So I hope you enjoy. And if you are interested in teaching with Outschool, please look in the description box down below. I do have my referral link. You can sign up, apply, and if you have any questions, I'd love to help you with the process. You can shoot me a message, and I would help you with whatever questions and concerns that you have with your hiring process, and after you are hired, if you need some ideas and things to know about different classes that you can teach, I'd be happy to help too. So yeah, here we go. All right, everyone. So today I wanted to make a game for my class, and I am starting out with the Google Slides. This is when you open it up, this is exactly what it looks like. And so what I tend to do is over on the right side, I'm just going to close out of this theme box so that I don't really need it. So I'm going to close that out, and on this main page I'm going to erase these boxes because I don't need those right now. So I'm just going to take those out, and later on I can add my own. And I'm going to make a memory game for my kids. And I mean, there's ways you could do this that could be really extravagant, or you could just do it a simpler version depending on how much time you have. So I think they like to play the games. It's not always about the how beautiful the game looks. They just want to play something. So I mean, if you have time to make it more beautiful, you can, but this is going to be one of the simpler versions. So I am going to open up a text box, and I'm going to spread it open, and it won't be, yeah, there we go. So when I start typing, it might shrink down, but I want to set my my font at Comic Sans. Yeah, see, the box shrinks down, and I like to use Comic Sans because the letters look simple for the kids. They don't have fancy letters, so I like Comic Sans. And then I'm going to make the font a little bit bigger. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so that's 48. That's a pretty good size. And then you can even make them bold, make the letters bold. So I'm going to start doing the letters. I'm going to do 2 tabs, and then make I'm trying to make these randomly using some letters that we've already gone over in class. So this is a memory game, so I've got to repeat some letters here, and as they uncover them, they will say the letters and try to remember what the letters are. And then let's see, E. Actually, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to change this one out. I'm going to make this a C. I've learned that making these a little bit too spaced out is more difficult. You want the kids to have success. So you want to keep the letters kind of close together, because they kind of ask for the ones that are close together. You know what I'm saying? They will choose the ones that are close together. So you want to make it so it's easier for them to win and not get frustrated. All right, so I think that looks pretty simple. Sometimes I've actually just chosen 2 letters or 2 objects to find and make more of them than not, because then it's easier for them to be successful. Okay, and you want them to have fun playing the game and not get frustrated, like I said. So I'm going to add a couple more at the bottom, and you'll see what I'm saying. Since we are talking about B, the letter B in this class, I want to put more B's so they can find more and match those up. All right, and then I'm going to go back, and now I could provide color for this box. Let's see, make that box a little bit smaller. And now I could, just to make it look a little bit more interesting, I could add some color here for that text box. You know, kids like color, more attractive. Let's see if I could shrink it a little bit just to make it a little bit more even without the letters getting all moved around. Okay, that looks good. All right, and I think I'm going to take this letter D out and replace it with a C. Okay, and doing it like this too, like you could, sometimes people will make this like a set background. You could do that, but also, like for the next class, if I want to change my letters up, I can change them real easily if I keep it like this without making it a permanent background. So that's kind of the reason why I like to keep my my slides easy to change. Okay, so now I'm going to add some shapes on top. So I'm going to go here, and you know, it's really easy to do squares or rectangles. So I'm going to add the squares or rectangles, however the shape actually ends up looking on top. I think that's big enough. I could make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, like that. And then I want the squares to all be the same size. So I'm going to copy that and reproduce it, right? So I'm actually, you could right click it. You could right click it and copy and then paste. You could do that and keep pasting it. You could do that, or you could just do Control Copy, Control C, and then Control V, which is the paste. Whatever is easiest for you to do. So just whatever you're more comfortable with. So I'm going to cover up these letters, and then I'm going to add color for each of the letters, so it's easier for them to know, or they can tell me like which ones they want to choose. And then you want to even them out. Now, if I were to have created a chart, like you can format, you go into format and create a table. I said a chart, a table. Then that helps you to space your your things out. It gives you more, lines so you can know exactly what the spacing is. But I just find that if you have too many things on the slide, it just gets harder to move things around when you're in class. So that's why and then plus it's just a little bit more complicated to make too. So that's why I'm not doing it like that. So now I'm going to go back, and these look pretty spaced. I mean, you can make them more even. You could go and be very, very careful to make them more even, but this is a class for preschoolers. They're not going to be so particular and worried about how evenly spaced your squares are. So I'm now going to go back and fill in the colors. I could keep that one. I think it's okay. I'm going to make that. I made that a little bit whiter. And then, okay, now I'm going to do this one, color pink. And then keep on changing all of the colors. Make that one red. So this is helping them to know more than just their letters. It's practicing it helps them to practice their colors too. I'll make that a darker green so it doesn't mix in with the background. And then blue, purple. So now I'm coming down to, sometimes I run out of colors. You have to keep that in mind when you're doing it. You want to make sure you don't make too many squares, because then you won't have enough colors, and you don't want to make it too complicated. So I could say like light blue, some of the kids, it's good for them to practice, like saying, oh, I want, light blue or dark blue. You could do that, but that's a little too light. Sometimes I think that is actually white. So I'm going to make it like that. And then you could even practice gray, using gray. Oh, I did the wrong one. Gray is a color that they have a hard time remembering at this age. And then brown. There's not really a brown. It says dark orange, so we use that one. So yep, they often don't want to choose brown. That's not one of the first ones that gets chosen. So here is the game, and then when you have them, when it's their turn, you want to tell them, okay, you pick two colors to see if you find a match. So you just press on it, and then you press backspace, or you could, I don't like to do right click because I don't want them to see all those words. So I just go to backspace and it goes away. And then so they just tell you the color, this, white and pink. And you say, oh, you didn't get a match. And then, you go backspace. I backspace here, or which is not backspace, but it's redo, the redo button. And then it brings those back. And then the next person chooses, oh, I want pink and red. Okay, pink and red. Backspace. Choose the square. Backspace. Oh, you get a match. Yay. And then you go on to the next person. And the next person chooses two. And if they are not matches, then you just go back, redo, and you just keep going. Oh, you found a match. You found, what letter is it? Oh, it's a B. Yay. So remember, you're helping them to remember the names of the letters if you have them say what they found. So that's it. Or you could say it too, but having them to say it helps them to review their letters. And so this game is really good to use for a number of things. I'm doing letters today, so that's the reason why I did letters. But we will hide all types of things under these squares, and it just makes it a lot more fun, and it does help to provide just order to your class. It does. It helps them so that they can each have turns doing something and waiting and really focusing on something, instead of just having everything showing and then they're calling out answers. And so it just helps it to be a little bit more orderly and organized in your classroom. So I hope that helps. All right, so we're going to do a Tic Tac Toe Game. which can be used for a lot of different things too. So if we start on just a slide, any old slide, I'm just going to remove these text boxes by pressing on them and then backspacing. And then I'm going to get these lines up here. I guess they're vector lines, and I'm just going to create some lines. That's not all together straight, so I'm going to make a straight line. It's kind of hard to get these to be straight sometimes. I think that is straight. And then I'm going to make this one bigger so it's easier to be seen. Yeah, that's a good size. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to press Control copy and then Control X. So it's making more of the same one. Control X, Control X. And then I'm going to continue making the tic tac toe by spacing those two and then turning this one around. Oh, it's the size is going to be different now. It's going to be a little bit longer. Oh, and these other ones are not really centered, so I should center them so they're more in the middle of the slide. Here, and then I have to make this one longer. And then move this one around. Move this one up. Yeah, and then make it a little bit longer. That's about right. And then you can make a background color. You can press background and choose color. We can make it blue, light blue. Oh, I think that's going to be a little too dark. Let's make it a little bit lighter, like that. And then you can press either add to theme, so it can add to all of the slides color, or just the one. So I'm just going to press done. I don't want to add it to all of them. And so now, what do I want to practice? If I'm practicing numbers, I can pick a text box or select the text box, put the text box right there, and then I can add the font I like to use is Comic Sans. The size, a good size, 30, maybe a little bit bigger, 36. And then I can put my numbers like 11, and then move this over so it's more centered. And now I'm going to copy this same box. I'm going to press Control C and then Control V. So I get many copies, so it's the exact same size and font. And then when I move it over here, I can just go ahead and change the number 12. And then copy this one. And then, you could just make several copies and then just go back and put the numbers on the slide. And then go back and change them later. I'm starting with these small numbers, but this is really good if you're working with like numbers, like, practicing counting by fives or practicing larger numbers. You could do practice a lot of different numbers with this, a lot of different things. So I'm putting 13, 14. So those are the numbers we would be working with. And you can change up those numbers. You can type in sight words. You can type in letters. You can put, colors instead. So you could do so many different things with tic-tac-toe. And I always, if it's, my classes are usually maybe about 8 students. So if there's a good number of girls and boys, a good match, then we do girls against the boys. And, each person takes a turn deciding where they want to put their X and their O. And so I would use my, since we share our classrooms in Zoom, we share our slides, so I would use the annotations bar in the classroom. and you know, in the Zoom class, and then I would just go ahead and cross out the numbers, add my own X with the letters or with the markers that they provide in the Zoom classroom. So you can present your slide like this. You don't necessarily have to put it in present mode. If you do put it in present mode, you can still mark on it, yes, and that would allow for you to get rid of all of the other things you don't necessarily, all the tabs that you don't want to be seen in your class. So if I put it, I'll show you what I mean. If I put it in present mode, I press presenter like this, and then it makes it so all you see is the actual slide. You don't see other parts of the Google Slides selections. So you're just seeing that. But I guess you still can see a couple of tabs up there. But then you would just choose the annotations selection option, I guess, in the Zoom classroom, and you would choose your marker or your pen, and then you would just add an X or a Y, and I could just show you with my pointer. I would just cross it, make an X, you know, on the slide itself, and then once you are, you know, once you're done, you're done. Then you know, you find your winner. So this is a good way to practice many different skills, you know, things that you're trying to reinforce in your class. And for some students, they might not even know how to play tic-tac-toe. So it's a good way to help them to learn, help them to strategize. And I stop and I'll tell them like, oh, this team has, you know, 2 X's in a row. So do you want to stop them from winning by putting your O here, or do you want to go someplace else? So I get them to think about it as we're playing, and it helps them to learn the game as we go. So that is tic-tac-toe in the classroom. So we're going to start another slide so we can do another game. Now, a lot of the times when I'm in my class, I just keep my screen like this. I don't necessarily put it in presenter mode. You could, but sometimes I'm just moving back and forth in my class to different slides, and I like the freedom to be able to do that. But you know, you have your options, but I try to shrink it so that they mainly just see what is so that they mainly just see what I want them to see. So the side slides, they're not as big. Of course, they can see what's coming up next. I mean, they can actually see it, but I try not to worry about that part. So just so you know, those are the options. So I shrink my screen so that you can see more of the middle part, the main slide, and less of the side slides. So for this one, I'm going to add a background, and then we're going to play just like, you know, let's find something. It's like a hide and seek game. So if you want them to try to look for a different letter in the classroom or in the scene, this is something that's fun to do. So starting with a blank slide, I want to press on background. If it's so small now that you can barely see, but right here, if it's larger, you would know this is background. So if I go to the background, I want to choose an image, okay? This is so small that I want to make this a little bit bigger because I know my eyes need help. So if I press on background, and then I press on choose image, and now I can Google an image, Google image search. So I'm going to choose a room, or a park, right? We're going to choose park. Let's see what shows up. Okay, so this is not clip art. I want to pick clip art and do like that. Okay, so here's a park. And I want to kind of make it a plainer image so that I can add my own things. So let's see, this is a good one. I'm going to double press on that, double click on it and press done. And yeah, so this is a good one. You got a swing, you got a bench, you got a tree. You know, it starts you off with some basics. And so let's put some animals. Well, first, this background now is not going to move around. So if I press on it, it's not going to slip and slide. It's stuck so it's easier. And so now I'm going to put some letters on the screen or on the slide that they're going to hide. And again, I'm going to use my Comic Sans. I'm going to use my a larger size so I can actually see the letter when they find it. Maybe 36 is good. And because there's a lot of other colors, I'm going to make it bold so it'll stand out a little bit more. And let's just say we've been practicing the letter B, right? So I'm going to put some B's around here. And then once I start my first one, I'm going to control and copy that one and paste. Copy and paste. And control. So I control copy, control C to copy, and then control V to paste it. Or you can do right click and, you know, paste it like that. Oh, well, not like that. The cursor is showing. So if the cursor is showing, that means it's going to just copy the letter. But when the cursor is not showing, now I can right click it and I can press copy, and then I can right click it again, and then I can press paste. So it's just a matter of what you feel comfortable doing, using, you know, whether it's the keys or the right click. So now I have a few B's around. So now I can add some other pictures on top of these B's to hide them so that they can see, they can choose what they want to look under. So I'm going to press insert, and then I'm going to go to image, and then I'm going to go to search the web. And then I'm going to press animal clip art, like that. So what are some fun animals we can use? We can use a dog, and I'm going to pick a couple because I'm not sure which ones are going to not have the white square around them. So maybe he's a cute one. This bird will look fun in the tree. Is there any other ones? Thinking of park animals. What choices would be good for park animals? Maybe this one right here. I have a suspicion that he's gonna have a different, like a white square around him. He's not gonna be the one that we want. Okay, so let's go with these and see what happens. I'm gonna press insert. And once I press insert, they just add them kind of like all together, and they're all clumped. So you can see they're all moving around, but I have to press somewhere on the slide to release them from the group. And now if I press on them, I can drag them apart. So this one, I don't want him because he's got the white square. So now this one, I can use him. So I can minimize him, and he can be over one of the letters. This bird would be a good one to use in the tree. Make him as small as I think he should be in the tree. This raccoon, he works. He could be right here over this bee. And then this dog works really well too. And then he could be over this bee. So yeah, so the animals cover the letters, and then they can find the bees. Now, another thing you can do, instead of having all B's, you can change these letters to say, like, to be different letters. You can have, you know, the A, and then have a couple B's, a couple A's, maybe change this one to an A, big A, makes it easier. And then, so now you can say, okay, now where do you think there are bees hiding? You know, and then if they choose the cat, you select the cat, and then, yeah, they do see, in this mode, they would see the blue bar around it, and I'm okay with that. But I would just press on delete and it would disappear. And then I can press on the arrow to come back if I want him to come back. Or instead of making him disappear, I can press on him and just move him over and say, oh, there it is. There's an A. And then I can move it back. So, oh, but we were looking for the B. So, oh, that's not a B. So let's see. What do you want to choose, Johnny? Oh, I want to choose the bird. Okay, so let's look behind the bird. Let's press on the bird and move the bird out of the way. Oh, there's a bee. Yay, found a bee. So yeah, so you're hiding them in the scene. You can make this scene hide whatever you want in the scene. There's so many different things that you can hide in the scene. And like I was saying in the beginning, how you don't want this left side to be a distraction. You don't want them to see so much on the screen. So what do? I minimize so it's smaller. I shrink that side so they can see more of this center part, make it bigger. Now there are ways that you can put this in present mode and have the slides like move back and forth just by clicking on them. You could do that. It's a little bit more complicated, but this is how I do most of my classes, like this, and it works. You know, I get a lot of people who sign up for the classes. They like the way the classes are done. They like the use of the slides. The kids like seeing the slides. I would prefer to not have so many other things showing, but you know, it's not a perfect the classroom is not perfect. It would be perfect to be in person, everybody, you know, seeing exactly, you know, what I see right there in the classroom, but it's not. So you got to make do what you have. And that is a fun way to have them find letters and have fun looking at different pictures. It makes it very interesting. So rock, paper, scissors is also a fun game to play in the classroom. It's a waiting game that a lot of people will play with their kids just to wait for something, but the kids love playing it at the end of class with me, against me, like that they are against me. So, and they love it when I like show them exactly what happens with our different things. So if I choose something, you know, each person, I'll talk about what each of the students have chosen and how that, if it wins against me or if they've lost, and I'll demonstrate. So, we'll say rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, I have a rock and you have paper? Oh, Joe, your paper gets to cover my rock. All right. But, oh, look, Ella, she's got scissors, so I get to smash her scissors. I'm smashing her scissors. Sue, you have a rock like me? All right, we're on the same team. Yay! Let's smash rocks together. Boom, 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 boom. Something like that. So they get a thrill out of just watching me smash their scissors, or they're telling me, "Oh, Miss Lena, I cut your paper. They love to see that in the screen, and then they love to do it towards each other too. We could talk about, oh, Alex, you have a paper, and look. May, she's got scissors. So, May's going to cut your paper, And so we talk about the different things and how each person is affected by other people's choices. So they have a lot of fun doing it. It takes a lot of energy to talk about what each child has and to try to include them all, but they just love it. They love seeing it. And some kids just want to watch. They don't necessarily want to play, but they just want to watch and see how all of us are having fun with the game. So that's a fun game to play at the end of class when you have a little bit of extra time and you just want to make the class fun and, have them play with their classmates. So if you have not already signed up to Teach with Outschool, and if you are interested, please check out my description box. Like I said before, there are links. There's a link for Outschool. If you use my link, let me know. And if you have any questions or concerns or want some ideas for your classes, please go ahead and shoot me a message, and I would be happy to help. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And please stay tuned for one more thing before you go. And I will see you in the next video. So everyone, I want to leave you with a few things. And one is ManyCam, because ManyCam is the online teacher's best friend, as I put it, because it allows you to do so much in your classroom. It really helps to bring your classroom to life. So you can use it to use props for your classroom, to decorate your classroom, and so much more. And this is just a picture of it without me in the middle. I'm just showing you what it actually looks like, but you can add your image in the middle there, but I just don't have it for right now. But I do want to show you some of the things that you can add. You can add props to help show the weather. If you're teaching young children, you can show them, different things for what the weather looks like in their part of the world. Or you can decorate your classroom with little props, little welcome banners, and name tags, and all these things can be made bigger or smaller, however you want it to look. Or they even have a lot of borders that you can use on ManyCam to help decorate your classroom. So there's a lot of fun things that you could do with ManyCam. And there is a link in the description box down below that can help you to find one for yourself. There's a free version, but there's also a paid version. And if you do use my link below, I do get a little bit of a percentage of that. So I would love you if you would help me with that. And they also have the chroma key and virtual background options. So if you want to add a virtual background, you can either add your own picture, or they have pictures that you can use already on the platform. Then they also have a blurred out feature or replace feature. So you can do a lot with your virtual backgrounds to have fun with different pictures in your background. Something else I want to leave you with is, if you're looking to get ESL certificate for an inexpensive price, you can check out the International Open Academy and use my affiliate link down below. You get a discount. You can see they take off a good chunk of money when you are trying to take a class nowadays, and it's $19.04 for a TESOL. So that's wonderful. You can get a TESOL. They all actually offer a TEFL now. This is a newly added program. You can get a TEFL for the same price. And then they have a great class, Make Money Teaching English Online. So this will help you to learn some basic skills that would help you to teach English online if you're new to it. So you can see there are some teachers that you might be familiar with who also have YouTube channels now, so they do help with this course. So yep, you can get that at the International Open Academy. My affiliate link is down below. I would really appreciate it if you would use that if you are interested in this class. And then there's also, if you're interested in teaching English online or abroad, there is this bachelor's degree program that is relatively inexpensive. You can get it for $2,500, and it is a very short program, so you don't have to spend years doing this bachelor's degree program. You could do it in a short amount of time. They use a lot of your previous experience to help you to finish this program quicker. And you can see it's at the United States Institute of Language and Clerical Studies. So if you visit their website and you use my discount code, you can get a discount off of your tuition, and let them know that I sent you. Either they'll ask you the question or they'll ask you to enter the discount code, and just let them know that Teacher Lena sent you. So here is a glimpse of their website that you can visit if you're interested. You can go there and you can apply and use the discount code there. But there are teachers or students all over the world who are using this bachelor's degree program to get a bachelor's degree so that they can teach English online or all over the world. If you want to go teach abroad, this is a bachelor's degree that could help you to get a job teaching abroad. So check it out. The link is in the description box down below, or the website is, and you would just go to the website and you can enter the discount code to get your discount, and let them know that I sent you. Tyler is the admissions counselor who I have been in contact with. His email information is in the description box also, so you can talk directly to him if you have questions about the program, And if you want to know if this program is the right one for you, his information is also in the description box as well.